of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. People often mention about the relationship between Taoism and tea ceremony when they are talking about Chinese tea culture. Frankly, Taoism affected tea ceremony a lot because tea ceremony is part of natural way and Taoism prefers the way of nature. So the viewpoint of nature make Taoism never seek for fame and wealth. They prefer a frugal and peaceful lifestyle. So Chinese tea ceremony has built its spiritual connotations since tea leaves have the same natural attribute with the way of nature. Of the three major beverages of the world, tea, coffee, and cocoa, tea is consumed by the largest number of people, and China is the homeland of tea. It is said that China has tea trees as early as 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, and human cultivation of tea plants dates back 2,000 years. Tea plantation is mainly grown in the eras of warm and humid subtropic climate, or in the high latitude tropic climate areas such as China, Japan, Turkey, and India. The tea plantations is normally planted in tea gardens nowadays and forced in a certain shape for comfort pickup. And it is said China, especially in the Asian China, the wild tea trees can grow to 26 meters high. So Asian Chinese used to train monkeys to climb up the tea trees and pick up the tea buds. Then people started to make tea. There are 4 seasons to pick the tea buds, and the best season is spring, April to May. In China, we have 6 major types of teas: green tea, yellow tea, white tea, oolong tea, flowers tea, and black tea. So in front of us, we got 4 types of tea. Now, according to the tea leaves oxidation, or according to the fermentation, we can catalog the tea in China into 3 types: wholly fermented tea, non-fermented tea, and partially fermented tea. Fermentation is the tea leaves oxidation. So in front of us, we'll introduce the first one to you. It's called green tea. Green tea with the slim tea leaves, green and yellow tea soup, sweet and fragrant taste. Because it is unfermented tea, so it contains the highest vitamin C and lowest caffeine in among all tea. And the best water temperature for making green tea is around 70 degrees Celsius. Because the boiling water will make the tea soup taste bitter and the fragrance lose too fast. It also damages the rich vitamin C. China has the highest production of green tea, and the export of green tea in China has taken up 70% of the world's market. For the second, this is called chrysanthemum flower tea. It's kind of the 3 major flower tea in China: jasmine tea, chrysanthemum tea, and magnolia tea. Flower tea is very popular in northern China. It's made by mixing the fragrant chrysanthemum flowers into the tea leaves in the course of processing. So the best water temperature for making the flower tea is around 80 degrees Celsius. And the tea leaves can be green tea, black tea, and oolong tea. Usually we use glass to make the flower tea. In this way we can appreciate the flowers bloom in the water. The third one is called the black tea. In China we also call it red tea. This is a kind of wholly fermented tea, so it contains mild flavor and a very the mild fragrance and the strong taste. For making black tea, we use the boiling water because it's wholly fermented. So boiling water can make the flavor fully released and also make the fragrance fully released. And black tea is the most popular tea in the world. While Chinese would like to drink the plain black tea without additional heating, some Westerners prefer boiling the black tea with sugar, lemon, and milk before drinking. It's all to your own taste. For the last one is called oolong tea. Oolong tea represents a sort of tea halfway between green tea and black tea. So the typical oolong tea leaves is green in the middle and red on the ridges. By the way, oolong tea is the most representative tea for a typical and sterling Chinese tea ceremony. So for the demonstration of tea ceremony, we're going to do it with the oolong tea. Firstly, please let me introduce the tea set for you, because only a full tea set can make a beautiful Chinese tea ceremony. First is the teapot. We use the purple clay teapot. It's from the Jiangsu province in eastern China. The purple clay teapot is called one of the best teapots of all teapots because it is said tea leaves can stay in the teapot for as long as 3 days without getting bad. So, by the way, it can produce the best flavor of the tea. So usually when we're doing the tea ceremony, we use purple clay teapot. Now the second one is the tea jar for containing the tea soup. On the surface of the tea jar, there is a decoration of dragon. Now because it's cold, so the dragon is dark. But when we pour the hot tea soup into the tea jar, the decoration is going to turn to red. The sniffing cup for you to smell the fragrance of the tea. Drinking cup for you to taste the flavor of the tea. Tea scoop for getting tea leaves into the teapot. Tea tongs for washing the tea set. Tea needle for cleaning out the tea leaves blocking in the mouth of the teapot. And of course our tea boat. Tea boat as a container for the tea set and also to hold the water, because on the surface of the tea boat there are several holes. In this way, when we are washing tea set, all the water goes into the boat. Okay, firstly let's wash the tea set. Pour some hot water into the teapot first to wash the teapot. In the Chinese tea ceremony, there are 4 steps. The first step is called washing tea leaves. Then, watching the tea soup color. The third step, smelling the fragrance of the tea. And the last step, to tasting the tea. To make and drink tea in China is a kind of art. So Chinese are very critical about this. Firstly, we should have the high quality tea. Secondly, good water is needed. Water from the unpolluted mountain is the best. The water from the clean river is the second best. Water from wells is not supposed to be used because we must use running water, not still water, to make tea. We also can use the rainwater and snow water, but rainwater must be from autumn and snow water must be from the first snow in the early winter. Now we get some tea leaves into the teapot. fill 1/3 of the teapot. Now the first step, to wash the tea leaves. Shake a little bit and pour the tea soup right away. This is the first step, washing the tea leaves. Okay, now for the second time, we start to make tea. Pour hot water around 80 degrees Celsius to fill all the teapot. Then cover it. Then now very important step here, to pour hot water from the top of the teapot to warm the teapot. In this way, the flavor of the tea can be fully released. Now we pour the tea soup into the tea jar. The second step for us, to watching the tea soup color. See, the dragon already turned to red. That means the tea soup is hot to serve the guests. Now we pour some hot warm tea soup into the sleeping cup. Now for this step, we need a lady to help us to complete.
Lady, Tommy. Tommy, go up there. Okay, now first hold it, then turn it over. Yes, put the cups on the tea boat. Take the sleeping cup. This is the card smelling the fragrance of the tea. So roll the sleeping cup between the palms. Also you can warm your face. And now is the time for us to taste the tea, but now we'll have to hold on for a second. Because in a tea ceremony, you cannot drink tea soup in a single gulp. You cannot drink it too much either. Because drink quickly means you don't know how to enjoy it little by little. And drink it too much in a time means you don't know how to appreciate the art, but just feel thirsty. So since Taoism affected tea ceremony a lot, and 3 is a lucky number for Taoism, so we're going to sip the tea soup into 3 times. Okay, for the first sip, for happiness. For the second sip, for good fortune. For the third sip, we drink it all. This is for longevity. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.